expected to, be satisfied with an hour worth of video, but in this case, it seems like that individual shot hundreds of hours. So why would actually anybody do that? So it seems like, things aren't so evident, they don't seem to be very clear here. So, and how much of time did you spend after shooting these videos? Why did you not rush to the police immediately? And why would you want 100 hours of video?
So the intention was not actually to report to the police.
Yeah, it seems like, thing is, on the face of it, it looks like, why is the media not asking these questions? I don't understand. Why is nobody asking these questions? And what if at the end of the day, these videos basically were morphed? Do you have an affidavit of somebody giving you these videos? You are a media organization, let's assume, and you wish to actually, exhibit some clip. You have an affidavit of somebody, or, some assurance by
saying
somebody
that
yes, this is the truth, that I have not actually done anything.
It could be a person who looks like
anything is possible. Anything
surgically modified to look like
anything is
somebody.
possible.
I mean, it may not be in this case, but generally.
So therefore, the question really becomes, what might have been the motive of this individual who shot this? And thing is, he seems to have. Why did he go to the media before he went to the police? For what? To what end? If his intention was basically to, bring this man to book, then his first recourse should have been the police. He didn't seem to have done that.
Okay.
He seemed to have gone to
how does the law look at the sex between two consenting adults?
Well, first of all, it actually cannot result in, affecting anybody's life. That's very important. Adultery is
even if it's a Swamiji.
Adultery
there is no adultery here also.
Yeah, adultery is punishable, by the way, for information. Adultery would be punishable, but here it seems like there was no adultery to begin with.
Yeah,
so
because she was divorced.
Yes, and this man, he's not married, so there were no victims in any real sense.
Nowhere he has sworn that he was a celibate.
Exactly. So therefore, it seems
he must have given that impression, but he was not a proven celibate otherwise.
Well, it looks like here in this case it's difficult to find out who the victim is. There's no victim in any real sense. So therefore, you see, we are a country...
People feel victimized. Yeah, they just assume to be victimized.
The problem is, we are a country in which our criminal courts are baffling with the problem of rapes and murders and more serious crimes. So if you were a judge, you will laugh at a charge where you can't find a victim. So therefore, this is something which the police actually do know it. So
okay, but then why did the Karnataka Assembly say something like they would get the police to investigate?
I think they were under some sort of pressure to say something, so they said. But I'm sure the police basically cannot be investigating if this man is celibate. That's not the proper function of the police at all. It's not the proper function of the state or even of anybody to investigate the private conduct of an individual.
People are asking Swami to be arrested.
Well, I don't think basically you can arrest him just because of that.
And it's also said
it looks like there might have
prevented from going to Haridwar also.
If you wanted to investigate this Swamiji, I'm sure there certainly you may find certain other leads, because I remember having seen somewhere Nityananda University, and I would say that unless he has the requisite permission of the central government to use the word university, that would be a crime. That's an offense. That's a serious offense.
Okay.
To make use of the word university to describe your institution unless you have the requisite permission. Maybe, those are offenses. Those are offenses that should be dealt with. But it seems like nobody is interested in dealing with genuine offenses. They want to...
Now, what if he actually wants to come back to Bangalore or to his ashram in Bidadi? I mean, is there any way that people can prevent him from conducting his discourses?
I think what he certainly should realize here is he seems to have offended his devotees. There's no doubt about it. Now, let's also admit that his devotees basically don't seem to have been so wise after all in thronging to him. They certainly seem to have made a bad choice of a guru. But nevertheless, I think, trust has been abused here. I think he was a moral, apology to all of them. There's no doubt about it. He was a moral apology.
But what if his devotees are okay with it?
Well, then that solves the problem. That's the end of the world.
And nobody else will have
nobody
any
else actually can have any. Nobody else can have any dispute.
And then what about people who are threatening him? People who want to vandalize more?
I think those people should be brought to book. I think those are the individuals we should be worried.
Those are the bad examples.
Those are the individuals we should be worried about. Not the Swamiji, not actually the conduct of his devotees or the Swamiji of anybody. I think what we need to be concerned about is the kind of people, the vandals. It seems like we are actually, things leading to a culture of vandals. So you don't like something that you see on TV, well, the first thing you need to do is go ahead and actually, things break some property and then burn some bus.
Responsible too for this, if at all you have instigated?
Pardon?
Does the TV become responsible too?
I think the media too does become responsible here. But the problem here is, basically, I think the one individual who would have the right and also maybe even the responsibility to question the media would be the Swamiji himself. So unless a Swami, owns up to his acts and then says, look, okay, fine, let's say I did actually err. What about the media? okay, I think the media basically seem to have committed a bigger error here than my isolated incident. And well, what about the privacy of not the Swami, but of other people involved?
Good intention, right? It's all done in good faith.
I don't think what the media did here was done in good faith. It's
Why
not.
not?
I don't
because
think,
you're trying to create awareness, so at least the good Swamis get saved.
Well, I don't think you can actually explain this conduct of airing, objectionable material throughout the day as thing as leading to anything. It's difficult to find out what the motive of the media might have been when they spend days and weeks together airing, objectionable content. What might have been their motive? Just to tell the world that the Swamiji is not celibate. So what? Why is the Swamiji very important to the world? He's not. The world actually lives without Swamijis, by the way. So why is this particular Swamiji very important to the world? Why is the media about to tell the world that, look, your happiness has so much to do with this individual being celibate, he's not celibate, and we want to tell you he's not celibate 100 times in a day.
And there are so many things that can go wrong in a proper married couple's bedroom too.
Yes.
There could be marital rape, there could be abuse, there could be what do you call bondage, there could be anything. For that reason, do we actually go around placing cameras in everybody's bedroom?
Absolutely not. First of all, I think the media in this country ought to basically draw a line. I think we need to orient the media in this country as to what it means to respect somebody's privacy. Because you can actually express outrage without having to violate somebody's privacy here. You don't have to do that. It seems like nobody seems to have asked Nityananda if actually he is an individual in this clip. Did anybody bother to do that? I don't think anybody did that.
He has somehow admitted it himself.
No. The point before you telecast it, is that not actually incumbent upon a media to first of all make some inquiries? Thing is, let's say I come to you and I give you a clip and then ask you to go air it. Are you going to do it? You shouldn't. You should first.
Are you talking like somebody who has felt pity for this guy, or somebody who really believes in the rule of law, or somebody who feels that there should be some right thinking?
Well, I think basically all that you will see is, I think this when you look at all the events in totality, you will see things aren't right. Maybe at some level you also feel a great deal of pity for this individual because, well, this individual I think did what he did. Maybe
this could have been committed by anybody.
Yeah, I think yes.
Unfortunately, he got caught.
Yes. Maybe nothing else. It would be very unwise for people to expect extraordinary discipline out of just about anybody.
Okay, and all men are fallible.
Yeah.
According to John Stuart Mill.
So that is true. So therefore, I think there's no need to justify what this individual has done, because I believe this individual has the resources to justify it himself, or to suppose to explain his conduct. I don't think we need to do that. He certainly doesn't request anyone to support his conduct. But I think I would be more concerned about society's response to when events like this happen. And I think I would like to make a proposal to the hysterical media. The media is anyway now hysterical. So let me make a proposal, which is, let's take this to the logical conclusion. The media basically seems to be saying Swamis are not trustworthy. But then let's draw a line. Let the media go to every leading sannyasi and ask if that leading sannyasi is celibate or not. Okay? Certainly, it's not expected of a sannyasi to say, I don't know. The answer can only be yes or no. So you force an answer, yes or no. And let not a sannyasi tell you that, thing is, he's offended by this question, because if that sannyasi is living in this world, if sannyasi is aware of what is happening around them, I don't think any sannyasi can tell you that he's offended by the suggestion that whether he's celibate or not. No. I think we've now reached a point where there have been too many scandals, too many exposés of a holy man. I think holy men basically at some level have a responsibility also to clarify